Hello friends. Really quickly I wanted to get on and talk to you guys about a couple of books that I finished that I really enjoyed and I thought you might enjoy. And also, if I have time, I want to show you my knitting projects, what I'm working on, and give you a catch up on how I'm going with my post-concussion symptoms and working, and a bit of an update on that. Okay, I might start with the post-concussion symptoms. I've had quite a lot of headaches in the last while. I feel like my headaches have kind of gotten into the chronic phase. I have them a lot now. I wake up a lot of mornings with headaches and the dizziness. I went back to the vestibular physiotherapist. She thinks I probably still have a bit of nystagmus, but we didn't do a maneuver because basically that triggers headaches as well. So I'm dealing with these headaches. I didn't want to have more headaches because my priority is working. I am still working 2 6-hour shifts a week. They are draining me, but I'm enjoying my work and I'm finding it's getting better. Like, little things are improving and I'm still just taking my time. It is a slow process. Anyone that's had a head injury, a neck injury, post-concussion stuff, whiplash, a mild or traumatic brain injury of any level, you know what the key is. I've learned is time, pacing, taking it slow, accepting you're going to move 2 steps forward and then maybe 4 steps back. This is the reality that I've had to deal with. It's been very frustrating for me because I am a bull at the gate type. I go to work and I work. I come home and I'm busy, and I could sustain that easily before my accident, my motor vehicle accident. Now that is very different for me, very different. I could talk on this more, but I'll leave that maybe for another time. I do want to share with you though, something I've been working on to help my brain, my cognitive executive thinking, is knitting. And I have been knitting socks. So I've got one completed sock here and I'm working on finishing the next sock. This has been challenging. And when I tell you I started these socks in September 2025, I'm not exaggerating. So that gives you some idea of, you know, what I'm working with up here and how slow I am. And because of the headaches, sometimes I can only do like one line, you know, one row at a time before I have to stop because I feel a headache starting behind my eye. But as soon as I feel it, I put it down. But I think it's helping. I really, really do. I think knitting is a powerful tool. The other project I have to share with you, this is my next project that I'm working with simultaneously, is a ribbed knit hat. So I got this everyday ribbed knit hat by a lady online. I got it off YouTube. I will tell you her name in case you want to look it up. It's Brittany of Be Hooked. So if you look up Be Hooked knitting on YouTube, she has really great tutorials and she does like a step-by-step. So I started this about maybe 4 weeks ago. I'm working slow on it, but it gives me great joy and it uses my brain. It allows me to have something to fix on, like buying beautiful wool. So I got this wool, it's just lamb's kid wool and maybe alpaca, but it's just divine. So that's a really nice pleasure that I have in life right now. So how's my reading going? It's going good. I'm still mainly reading audiobooks because I find that audiobooks are the easiest for me. And I'm also reading Kindle on large print. I'm still a lot slower. I'm still not getting through the amount of books I used to, but I did recently finish Arundhati Roy's memoir, Mother Mary Comes to Me. I'll show you a little photo I've got on my Instagram, that one there you can see. I really enjoyed this book. If you're a fan of God of Small Things, you will know who Arundhati Roy is. She has written other books, but I have only personally read God of Small Things and Mother Mary Comes to Me. Wow, this book is powerful. In brief, it's about Arundhati's life, obviously, from birth to where she is right now. It's also a lot about her mother, who was an amazing intellect, really, in Kerala in India. when Arundhati was growing up, her mother Mary Roy was like an educator, activist, feminist. Like, she was incredible, and she was really pivotal in great change. I mean, she changed the laws that said that Indian daughters could also inherit. Before that, previous to that, they were not allowed. Anything in the family or father's will had to go to the sons only, no daughters allowed. And anyway, she changed that law, which is pretty amazing, right? Anyway, Arundhati goes through, the sad part is that she had a very turbulent relationship, and while Mary Roy was amazing to other children, gave them brilliant educations, lifted them up, built them up, I mean, there's no easy way to say this, she was quite abusive to her own daughter Arundhati and her son, and it's awful to read, and it's powerfully hurtful to see that she was like that with her own children. Anyway, I don't want to give too much away, but it is really worth reading about. It's not just about that. The first part's more about Arundhati's childhood with her mother. Then it goes on to her time as an architect student and how she got into writing and her relationships with others, and then her interest in politics and activism herself. Very interesting. Highly recommend it. I love listening to the narrated version of this because Arundhati herself narrates it, which is like so amazing to hear her tell her story in her voice. So yeah, that's one I could recommend. I've read, also I'm currently reading, and this is the first one, I'm reading a real book. I'm getting like the larger print ones, but The Seven by Chris Hammer. This is my next book club book. It features the investigators Ivan and Nell, who are in Treasure and Dirt, The Tilt, and I think Scrublands. Anyway, they're the same detectives, different story. They're not a series as such. I mean, I guess they're a detective series, but they're standalone books, so you don't have to have read the others to read this. This is set in a country town called Yawandari, and it's kind of about the founding farmers, the seven families who are part of this major irrigation system, and there's a murder. That's what Ivan and Nell. Look, it's taken me a while. This is a hard book for someone with a brain injury, to be honest, because there's 3 timelines: 1913, 1993, and today. Today. So, in the today timeline, an accountant has been murdered, and Ivan and Nell are investigating it. But it goes back through the history of this town and why this might have happened. It is interesting. I'm sort of struggling to keep up with all the different timelines. I'm enjoying the essence of it, and I'm still reading it, right? And to be fair, I am reading and audiobook listening on Spotify because I have premium. I get the 15 hours, I think, or maybe 9 hours. Can't remember what's included. But anyway, I read this like as practice for my head. I read a couple of lines, like a chapter or something, and the rest I listen to on audiobook. And I find that works really well for me. That's a little tip for anyone that's got concussion symptoms and struggles with reading. Do half and half, like do a little bit of audio, do a little bit of actual reading. Works for me. This took way longer than I thought. Sorry it's so long. Probably no one will get to the end, but if you did, happy you're here. I worked yesterday. Today is a rest day. I'm going to try and do a little bit of knitting, a little bit of reading, and a little bit of resting. All right, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.